A lot of people try to say it, and I just tell them it's okay, I know who you're calling for.
The most common question I get from people that contact our firm is how to pronounce Vuk's last name.
Good afternoon, Vujasinovich Beckham.
Vujasinovich.
A lot of the law firms are really intense, and there's kind of like this bit of chaos that goes on. But everyone here is pretty relaxed, and like there's never a question that doesn't seem to have an answer, which is also kind of comforting.
During law school and right after law school, I worked for a defense law firm. We represented Fortune 500 companies and did that for a couple years. I think it helps me in my practice as a representing people who are injured, because I get to see firsthand the extremes that companies will go to try to lessen or just to refuse to take responsibility.
A typical day for me would be talking to the clients if they call and have updates on their cases, talking to opposing counsel, working on discovery and drafting of pleadings for Brian to review.
Success in my job means getting my job done and helping people and really doing what I love.
Araceli is a bilingual speaker, and so she's able to communicate with our clients who speak only Spanish.
There's some clients that have been wrongly done by their employers or by a misfortune like an accident. So just being able to help them out on a time of need, it's a very good satisfaction.
I've learned a whole lot from them about the areas of law they practice and just about how to be a good attorney. So as a young attorney, it's been a great place to start out.
The number one goal was to provide the best representation possible to our clients. And the second most important goal we have is to provide free information to anybody who's been involved in an accident or injury.
Vuk and I both started our practices at big law firms representing big companies. And I think we both decided after a while that we wanted to represent families and individuals and give them the same level of service that these big companies get.
It's difficult sometimes because some clients think that it's like the lottery or something. If you want to win the lottery, you ought to play the lottery. You shouldn't file a lawsuit. It's not what it's for. A lawsuit's actually a lot more like a war than a game of chance.
A lot of people come and they don't really know if they have a case or not. They know they're hurt and they don't know what to do, and the law is very complicated these days.
This law firm has the best people that I've ever worked with, and I've been doing this for a very long time.
One of the cool things about our practice, especially our maritime practice, is that we are able to help people literally, not only in the state of Texas and Louisiana and the Gulf Coast states, but all across the country and all across the world for that matter.
Different situations call for a different attitude. So when we need the aggressive guy, I step in. When we need the more calm person like Brian, then we have Brian step in.
Having an appellate group willing to go even further so the adversaries always know that not only are they going to try the case to a verdict, but whatever happens after that, they're willing to stay with you along with appeal. That's an important thing.
Today, I got a call where people are, you can tell they're just looking for money, quick money. But, the ones we do help are people that are actually got hurt doing what they were supposed to be doing or got hurt while they were just driving down the street, and it's somebody else's fault and they're just trying to get better.
I really do feel like they get a bad rap. People don't understand that how hard they work and that they take a huge risk when they take your case because they're putting their own money into your case. And so if there's no settlement, they're losing their own money.
I am a paralegal. We handle a significant portion of the firm's cases. I do a lot of the filings, drafting of the motions, discovery, some intake, handle some of the medical records, stuff like that.
Well, as one of the lawyers here, we represent people when they get hurt, either offshore in car wrecks and industrial plants or something like that.
Even though we practice a whole lot in the maritime area and do a whole lot of products cases and there's a fair number of car wreck cases. Every case is different, so I'm always researching, always on our website looking new cases up and having to get up to date on whatever's new.
There are times when, in working with the client, you spend a lot of time with them. You tend to build that relationship, and some of my favorite parts are when that relationship does turn personal and you're able to give them personal advice, encouragement, whatever it is that they need.
One of the things that's most rewarding to me is after I finish up with a case, getting a letter or a photo from a client a couple months or a couple years later about how the work we did changed their lives for the better.